Welcome back to the DFS Special. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm here at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night. Get him in your lineups. Get him in there. And let's go get this money. Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. What's up? What's happening? This is the big homie, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we will be talking about the 4-game slate. It's a light 4-game slate. We are going to outline the entirety of the week. Baseball is quickly approaching opening day, just a couple of weeks away. We are almost ready to get into it. We've got some NBA to discuss, to go over. Thank you all so much for joining me in today's live stream. Shout out to the homie Paul Harless, one of the day one shot members, one of the homies. Let's get it in, man. Let's chop this slate up. We do have some things to discuss. So we're gonna go with our regular format of the show. Chop up the slate, looking at RotoQL. Also, we're gonna be building our FanDuel lineup for the day that you can use or not use or change or tweak, whatever you want to do. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. Let's take a look at the week of NBA. First things, today we do have a doubleheader, a nationally televised doubleheader, where the San Antonio Spurs are going to go into Houston. That should be a decent one. Then you got the Miami Heat and the Portland Trail Blazers, which should be a solid game as well. So I think those are going to be some really good games. It's only a 4-game slate, so guess what that means? That means the Sharks have absolutely nowhere to hide. There are so many of us. We are so huge in number that there is no player that can go unrostered today. There's going to be no, oh my God, where did this guy come from? Oh, this sneaky dude. No, how did you know to play that dude? Because he got 150 lineups. Guess what? We gonna have that dude too, bitch. We gonna have him too. We gonna play the motherfucker too. It's only 4 games. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. We gonna play the motherfucker too. This is keeping it real. They love to do that shit. They love 10, 80 game slates. They love when every team plays, because that means the low owned guy that's sneaky, that's 0.3% owned, that nobody plays, that's gonna score 30 points. They play so many fucking lineups, they can have that guy. Well, guess what? It's only 4 games tonight, bitch. So if you play, if you put your money in with us tonight, Sharks, there's a good chance your ass gonna get 8 up. There's a good chance, because we gonna be there. We gonna be right there too. Every rock you lift up, you gonna see the logo, bitch, looking at you. So let's get this money. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the week. Today we've got 4 games, of course. Then at Tuesday, we're going to jump all the way off, okay? And this is where we got to hunker down and settle in. And this is where we develop our core of plays, and we really settle in, okay? Tuesday, we jumping right off. We do have a couple of national televised games. The Natty Tellies are going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves going to the Washington Wizards. 2 teams that are like infamously injured right now. The best player from each respective team is out. But still, a lot of meat left on the bone. You look at the Timberwolves and the Wizards here. Should still be a solid game. That's going to jump off at 7 p.m. Then the late game is going to be the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Lakers are surging. And, they've given the homie the keys to the kingdom. Once they traded away Larry Nance and all of that shit, I was like, yeah, finally they are starting to believe in Randall with the handle. And he's good, man. I've been screaming that since day one. I was really hoping that they would fuck all the way up and trade him to the Knicks. But I like Julius Randle, bro. He's balling. He's balling. So this slate is 11 games, a huge monster slate on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we're going to go right back to a 4-game slate, another spot where they cannot hide from us. We've got the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors going to be the late game. Then we got the Wizards and the Boston Celtics for the earlier game at 8 o'clock. So that's 2 games, national televised games for the Wizards. Then on Thursday, and we rarely see a state like this, like where we have a large week, a large Thursday, but we've got 9 games popping off this Thursday, and that's pretty solid. See, my favorite space is from 6 to 8 games. Anything less gives me, I still do well, but it gives me a little trouble. Anything more is kind of tough too. But 9 games hit right here looks to be decent. The national televised games are going to be Clippers and Houston again. So now we get the Clippers and the Houston Rockets again. Is this another spot where Chris Paul will let us down? Will the Clippers come to Houston and then he balls out? Because he didn't ball out when he went to LA to the Staples Center. So then we've got some of those guys we traded, Montrezl Harrell and all those cats. So that could be a good one. And then the later game, oh, excuse me, that's the only game. That's the only national televised game on that evening. I wonder if this is a players only game. This should be a players only game with Chris Paul. That would be nuts. That would be litty if we get the players only on Thursday night with Chris Paul, right? Then Friday we've got a moderate 6-game slate, which I love those 6-game slates. We got a 6-game joint with a couple of games there. We got the Clippers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then the Miami Heat going to Los Angeles to take on the Lakers. And yo, that Clipper Oklahoma City game, that's a back-to-back for them, and that's, I mean, back-to-back TV night, I think, right? Yeah, they're gonna be on national TV 2 nights in a row, both on NBA TV. So, yo, good week shaping up, man. Saturday, jumping off at 6, so probably the 7 o'clock games, the Pacers and the Wizards. From then on, probably will be the mainstay. They're probably gonna leave that 6 p.m. game off, the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Natty Tellies here. We've got Minnesota and San Antonio on NBA TV. That's going to be one. And that's the only one we got. But it's still a pretty solid, a pretty nice size slate, man. What was that, 9-game slate? Yeah. No, that's a 10-game joint. Pretty solid 10-game slate. So, yo, this looks to be a good week, bro. Sunday, just a few games on Sunday. Yeah, this looks to be a really good week of NBA, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man, and see what this show is about. Is what we want to do is look at the price points. We want to see where FanDuel rates their players, where DraftKings rates their players. What are the difference? What's the correlation between, why DraftKings may have this player priced up highly and FanDuel may have him priced lowly? And there's also a formula that we've developed in the DFS sweatshop, which helps us to in our player recognition in terms of where the sites rank these players. So let's go ahead, jump right in. First game we got is going to be the San Antonio Spurs. They're going to Houston to take on the Rockets. Right now, we see LaMarcus Aldridge as shown as out. Manu Ginobili shown as out. Of course, we know Kawhi Leonard is out. But there's recent reports saying that he could be back as soon as this week. I've seen that. So LaMarcus Aldridge, the news on him was he is ruled out. He was ruled out Monday against the Rockets. He's dealing with the right knee soreness and ruled out for Monday's game against the Rockets. So he's not playing. He's not playing. So okay, cool. Yeah, he's not playing. So we look at the San Antonio Spurs here. Well, actually, the Houston Rockets, man, against point guards, they have been giving it up somewhat. And it used to be where you can't play a point guard against Chris Paul, Chris Paul defense, and that's just not the case right now. You look at DeJounte Murray at 5.6. The price is kind of down some on him from where it's been recently, and I think he's in play. This is a guy who, I mistakenly was very high on throughout the season. I was very high on this kid. Anytime, Popovich gives the keys to the kingdom to a young player, we've seen over the years, i.e. Tony Parker, i.e. Tim Duncan, i.e. Manu Ginobili, when he gives a young guy like that the keys, usually they're ready. And it just really hasn't been the case for DeJounte Murray. However, in this matchup, I'm not going to shy away. Houston Rockets, it should be, up tempo, up pace. If James Harden doesn't play, I look for the game to be even more competitive. If James Harden doesn't play, that means Chris Paul is going to be a lock here. If James Harden doesn't play, let's take a look at Harden and see what the specifics is. Out Sunday, expected back Monday. Okay, Harden he's been ruled out for Sunday's game versus the Mavericks, but he will return for Monday's match. Okay, cool. So he should be playing. So you look at DeJounte Murray here. Kyle Anderson at 5.5 could be playable. I think Patty Mills at 4.1 is in play. We have seen the Rockets struggle against shooting guards. Actually, what they've given up? They've given up 41.3 points to the position over the last 5 games. So definitely a guy that you can use. Rudy at 4.7 off of the bench. This is one of the toughest teams in the league against small forward. Talking about the Houston Rockets with Trevor Ariza back, PJ Tucker having to play a lot more minutes at small forward or power forward. They really do limit the perimeter, so I don't love a small forward in this spot. Kyle Anderson would be the closest thing that I could use because on a 4-game slate, you got to play somebody somewhere. But I wouldn't go to San Antonio bench to play a small forward. On the other side, Ariza 4.7, definitely a guy that's in play. Harden at 10.7. Chris Paul is in play at 7.7. We look at San Antonio against the point guard position, and they are the worst team on this slate against point guards. I'm talking giving up 53 points to the position over the last 5 games, 49.7 over the last 10, and it's pretty much very close to a double-double they're giving up, bro. I'm telling you, 28 points. This is what they give up to the position. 28 points. Excuse me, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 12 assists. Almost a triple-double is what they're giving up to the point guard position. And if there's any team that can exploit that for a big number, it's going to be the Houston Rockets. Now, the blowout risk is there. It does stand to reason that this game could get away from the San Antonio Spurs because the Rockets are at the crib. So if I had to make a snap decision right now, who would I play, Harden or Paul? I'm looking at saving $3K in salary and just playing Chris Paul here. Okay. Now, one thing that we can mention is that the Houston Rockets, they have been struggling against the center position and kind of giving it up, so to speak. 43.3 or what they've been giving up over the last 5 games to that position. So Powell is definitely a guy that I would consider at 5.7, would not have a major issue there. The next game I'm going to talk about, well, actually, let's go over to FanDuel and take a look at the price point to see, how they differ. DeJounte Murray is 6.3. He's 800 more on FanDuel. That means he's in play on DraftKings. That means we get a discount on him. Powell, 6K. That's playable. Kyle Anderson, 5.6. Blah. Patty Mills, good. That's a usable play. James Harden is 11.2. Chris Paul, 8.3. He is 600 more on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. I wouldn't mind playing him there. Click Capella, 7.2. Don't love that one. Ariza, 5.3. That's good because Ariza is I think Ariza's a little bit more expensive, cheaper than that on DraftKings. Let's take a look. Okay, Ariza is 4.7 and he's 5.3, I believe, on FanDuel. Yeah, so that's a usable play. Eric Gordon, 5.5. Definitely think I can use him there. I'm gonna check and look and see what they do against shooting guards. So, okay, San Antonio, not bad. Not bad against shooting guards. San Antonio is pretty good against shooting guards. So I don't know how you feel about your Eric Gordon, but not a play that the data says that we should jump on, right? Yeah, that's not a play that we should jump on. Next game we got is gonna be the Milwaukee Bucks going to Memphis to the Grindhouse to take on the Grizzlies. This could be a nice one, man. Let's take a look and see, at the top, at the point guard spot, what we're going to be looking for in this matchup. Now, Milwaukee plays very well against point guards. And people are just going to jump all over Kobe Simmons and say, hell yeah, I'm going to play a point guard against the Milwaukee Bucks. But I'm going to tell you something. The Milwaukee has not been giving it up to point guards, bro. For me, I don't want to play the Kobe Simmons kid. Like I'm not with that. I'm not there. They have not been giving it up the point guard. And for me, I think it's the Milwaukee Bucks. The way they play is a lot of help defense. Like there's a lot of length at the top. You look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, who can get out there to the perimeter. Chris Middleton, Tony Snell is a very solid perimeter defender. They just haven't been giving it up to point guards lately. This is the worst spot on the slate. Over the last 5 games, they've given up 34.5 to the position, to the entire position. They've given up 38.1 over the last 10 games, and at a 16.4 rebound and 6 assist clip. So, really not a fan of playing a point guard against the Milwaukee Bucks here in this spot. But on the other side, I'm going to have a look at the Memphis Grizzlies and what they've been giving up. They've been giving it up. They've been giving it up, man. 48.5 over the last 5 games and 48 over the last 10. So that's consistently 48 points. A consistent, to the position. So that's going to put Bledsoe in play for me at 6.8. Anytime I get him under 6K, I'm going to use him. That's going to put Giannis in play for me at 10.8 easily. If I had to pay it for anybody on the slate, it would be Giannis. I don't even have to pay it for Westbrook. I would pay it for Giannis here. Taking a look at shooting guard, again, Kobe gonna eat Mo 3K, 30 plus 3K. Well, he ain't 3K. He's 3.9 on DraftKings. If he's 3K, if he's minimum salary, yeah, minimum salary, yeah. But he's 3.9. I mean, he could make value easy. I mean, what you looking at? You looking at him at 6x, which probably is not going to win your tournament, but it'll still be good. 24 points. He can score 24 points against Bledsoe. He could do that. Yeah, he could do that. I wouldn't have an issue there. Kobe Simmons could do that, but I think that's the best case scenario. You know what I mean? I think that's the best case scenario is him scoring 24 points, 25 points. I mean, you got a lot of guys out, and that's going to be the chalk. Kobe Simmons is probably going to be like one of the most owned players on the slate. So I get it. I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense. Milwaukee is actually giving up the shooting guards as well. This is a spot where people are going to want to use Ben McLemore or Dylan Brooks. I get that. That doesn't bother me at all. Uh, uh, what the Grizzlies are pretty good against shooting guards. So Chris Middleton not a play that I particularly love here in the spot. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I don't love Chris Middleton here. I don't love him. Well, he does play a lot of small forward, and then Tony Snell plays a lot of the shooting guard. So let's look at what they do against small forward. Because small forward is the it position today. All the small forwards in good spots. Yeah, Milwaukee, they give it up to small forward. So see, people are gonna go Kobe Simmons. I'm gonna look at Ben McLemore and look at Dylan Brooks. I'm gonna look at those two cats and see what the wings do. I kind of like that one. Then we got Memphis on the other side. They give it up. Okay, they give it up to 4. Okay, so Chris Middleton is in play. Big three stack. Big three stack. Power forward against the Grizzlies. Let's see how that goes. That's a problem spot for them too. So you look at Jabari Parker off of the bench at 4.7. Is this a stack the Bucks? Can you stack the Bucks here? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. And Milwaukee's a pretty solid team defensively. I mean, they don't hemorrhage points in any one position. So let's yeah, Memphis, they give it up to small forwards, bro. Yeah. Sinners against the Bucks has not been a good thing recently. Sinners against the Grizzlies has not been a good thing. So Marcus Gasol, not really a big fan of that. You give me Brooks, give me Ben McLemore. Maybe if I'm getting real jiggy with it, I can play a power forward uh against yeah. It's a Jermichael Green at 7.1. I wouldn't have an issue with that one. Let's take a look on FanDuel. Have a look over on the duel, see what's happening. All right, Giannis is 11.9. Bledsoe 7.5. That looks good. Uh, Middleton 7K. Jabari Parker 5.3. Gasol 7.8. Jermichael Green 6.2. Dylan Brooks 5.2. McLemore 5K. Kobe Simmons is 4K. Now, Kobe Simmons at 4K on FanDuel is a much better play for me. He's a much better play for me. Kobe Simmons on FanDuel is a much better play for me. Much better. I wouldn't have any issue with that. Much better play. All right, so next game we got is going to be the Sacramento Kings going to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. This last time we thought this game was going to blow out, and I don't think it did. I don't think it did. I don't want to look at Westbrook and see what he did against them last time. They may have been in Sacramento the last meeting. Let's take a look. Yeah, he had 57. In 3 games against them, 57, 51, 49. Not really what you want if you're paying up that much for Westbrook. But sometimes in a state like this, man, you just got to have the guy that scores the most points. And Russell Westbrook could definitely be the guy to do that. I mean, he could definitely do that. Probably the best place to attack the Sacramento Kings, honestly, is going to be at the point guard spot, I believe. The shooting guard spot is a great place to attack them. You look at Paul George here at 8.3. I think he's definitely playable. Of course, Russell Westbrook is going to be playable. Corey Brewer's been getting some run. Corey Brewer has been giving up some run, bro. He been getting some run for real. Sacramento against point guards. Not a major. Actually, Sacramento's been playing pretty good against point guard recently. The problem is Oklahoma City Thunder don't have like a traditional point guard. They got Russell Westbrook who can run up and down the floor, and he's pretty much matchup proof. Sacramento against centers has been a thing recently. You look at Steven Adams at 6.5. He's looking like a game time decision. If he does play and he's good to go, I would definitely give him a play here. He was dealing. He sprained his ankle in Saturday's win over the Spurs, limiting him to 17 minutes in that contest. Look for more updates. So we gotta be in contact with that. We gotta know what's happening with that. And if that falls flat, you're probably gonna see Patrick Patterson get a start, which isn't gonna mean much because you're gonna see more Jeremy Grant off of the bench. So keep your ear to the street about that one. Lorenzo Robinson says, give him all the De'Aaron Fox here in this spot. Let's take a look at what point guards. Okay, so you got. Okay, Oklahoma City Thunder, the weakness for them, they are the worst team in the league against shooting guards. The absolute worst team in the league against shooting guards. So you look at Bogdanovich at 5.7. You look at Buddy Hield at 5.1. Those guys are going to have to score, have to play, and play a lot of minutes and play well if they do expect to keep pace with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's why both of those guys are guys that I can get behind. Oklahoma City against point guard, they have become a little bit better over the last few. But still giving it up to the position, man. 48 over the last 5 and 47 over the last 10. So definitely De'Aaron Fox is a guy that you might want to consider. If you think it could be some issue going on with him where he may not be able to play the entire game, but you just want to get jiggy with it. Frank Mason Jr. at 5K could be a play that you may want to get behind. And yo, he's priced like he's starting, bro. 5K for Frank Mason? Good Lord. That's a lot of money. Damn. That's a lot. Now, power forward against Oklahoma City Thunder is not a place you want to target them. So that's going to take cats like Scala BCR, Zach Randolph. That's going to take those guys completely off of the table for me. Stack point guard, PG-13 Adams and Russ and Bogdan, Fox, Hield. But if no Adams, yeah. Now we don't get if Adams is out, that's going to put Woody Cauley-Stein in play squarely. Like, that's going to put him in play. So let's go over to FanDuel, kind of check the price points to see where they're at. Cauley-Stein 7.2, Fox 5.7. It's not bad. Bogdan is 5.8, Buddy Hield is 5.7. That's not bad. Westbrook is 12.1. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Paul George is 8.8. He's 500 more. Steven Adams is 7.2. You get Carmelo Anthony at 5.8 and Corey Brewer at 3.8. Power forward against the Sacramento Kings has not been like I don't think it hasn't been a place where you would love to attack them. Well, it is actually 53 over the last 5, and they've given up 47 over the last 10. The problem is, like, who are you going to use? Like, for me, are you going to play Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's not a traditional power forward, who's going to stand around and shoot jumpers and wait by the three-point line and not go down there and bang and get rebounds? Or maybe you want to rock with the homie Jeremy Grant at 4K, who just was coming off a very solid game, coming off a very decent game the last time out where he scored 24.6 FanDuel points. So, in my estimation, that will be somebody who I'll be taking a look at. I'm not going to play Melo. I'm going to go behind him, and I'm going to play Jeremy Grant at 3.8 on DraftKings. I kind of like that one. I wouldn't have an issue there. Whiteside and Wade were just ruled out. Yes, I just saw that, big homie. Shout out to homie Bagney232, man. That's my guy. Good to see you, man. So now we got some stuff. We already know now. Now we already know. Whiteside out, Wade out. So this is what we're going to be getting. We got the Miami Heat going to Portland, taking on the Blazers. No over/under yet. This is a 9:30 game, the late joint. So what can we expect? Miami, they have been struggling against power forwards. They're going to continue to do that, whether Whiteside is in or out. That's just the makeup of this team. You look at Al-Farouq Aminu at 4.3, definitely a guy that I am going to be considering. It used to be a thing, man, where you couldn't play point guards against the Miami Heat. Well, those days has since long gone. And now I think you can. I think you can play Dame against him, especially with the primary rim protector being out of the loop for them. Especially with the primary rim protector being out of the loop for them. So Dame definitely a guy that's in play. Shooting guard against the Miami Heat has also been a major thing. And you look at Dame, and is he a point guard? Is he a shooting guard? No, he's a shooting guard. So Dame definitely in play. 9.3 for Dame. 6.6 for McCollum. Definitely a guy that's in play. I can see stacking Portland here in this spot, man. Power forward being that issue. Do not sleep on Ed Davis coming off of the bench at 4.5. Do not sleep on that. That could be a very solid play. Looking at point guard and what the Portland Trailblazers have been giving up to the position, they've been so-so, man. Giving up 44 points over the last 5 games and 37 over the last 10. So they've gotten a little bit worse giving it up to point guards. And you look at Goran Dragic at 6.3. I mean, what better scenario is there for him to get all the usage, all the minutes, and to play well? So Dragic at 6.3, definitely a guy that I feel like you can consider. Also, taking a look at the shooting guard spot, which I think has been a really solid play. I mean, a solid defensive spot for the Portland Trailblazers. Man, they've been playing some really good defense against shooting guards, which is kind of going to take Tyler Johnson, maybe even Josh Richardson off of the table, depending on how they do against small forward. That's where they give it up. To give it up to small forwards, man. 49 points. 49 points over the last 5 games and 53 over the last 10 is what they've been giving up to small forwards. So that's going to put Josh Richardson in play. I think that puts Justice Winslow at 5.4 in play for us. And if they give it up the power forwards too, oh my God. Nope. Power forward, good spot. Good spot to stay away from against the Portland Trailblazers. So Kelly Olynyk is going to be pretty popular, I think. Okay, so Bam at 3.8. Is he going to get the starting center minutes? If he gets the starting center minutes, I think he's in play. Because this team does suck against centers. Portland is really, really bad against centers. They've given up 45.7 over the last 5 games. 39.7 over the last 10. So they've gotten significantly worse over the last 5 games. How do you feel about Nurkic, no Whiteside? I don't love Nurkic. To me, it's not a matchup thing. It's a Nurkic thing. He's just not been playing well, bro. I mean, 25, 25, 42, 17, 26, 36, 40, 31, 41, 8, 20. Like, he's just not been playing consistently well. And I think that, the way the team is set up, he's not like a key cog. He's just not. Especially when Ed Davis and the other cats come in, man, they eat up a lot of minutes. I mean, Nurk is like he's playing like 20. I'm gonna look at his minutes over the last few games. Let's look at that. Yeah, Bam started last game and did not play well. Look, like he hasn't hit 30 minutes in what 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, I'll count that because it's 29. But I'll count that 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games, he's hit 30 minutes 1, 2, 3. 3 times in the last 10 games. And actually, 2 of them was only 29 minutes, but the benefit of the doubt. Like, he doesn't get the minutes, man. He doesn't. And then you got cats like Ed Davis come off of the bench and just, with the energy and the hype and ball out. And they end up playing, 20 plus. And the same last 10 games. 20, 28, 20, 19, 21, 13, 29, 21. So the minutes are not just not there for Nurkic. The Heat play better defensively on the road, but no worries, but no Whiteside. Yeah, that's the tough spot. And yeah, Bam did start last game and did not play very well. Did not play very well. But I think Nurkic is one of the softest cats in the league, and he's slow. He's soft and slow. Bam should get around him easily, get rebounds a little bit more easy. They're probably gonna have to go a little smaller in order to defend, because they're not gonna start the game with Ed Davis. But once Bam blows by Nurkic a couple of times, and then you're gonna see a lot of Ed Davis. I like Ed Davis. Ed Davis is my guy. I like Ed Davis. He's in my FanDuel lineup right now. So let's go over to FanDuel. Take a look at the price points and see if we can get guys cheaper at. Okay, Dragic is 6'5", Richardson is 5'9", Tyler Johnson 4.9. Bam is mini salary. Only thing is Bam is only power forward eligible on FanDuel though. Only power forward eligible. Olynyk is 5.1. Winslow 5K. Big Game Dame is 9.5. CJ is 7.3. Nurk is 6K. That's cheap for Nurk. Ed Davis is 4.5. Same price across both sites. So let's go over to FanDuel, man. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and build. We're gonna build the line. In the dribbler, we're gonna build one in the dribbler. One of my favorite contests to jump into. Oh, it's 25K, bro, today in the dribbler, man. So let's go get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. All right, so point guard that we talked about, that we came to a consensus that we really liked. I like Bledsoe today. I really do. We know what's up with Kobe though. Kobe's cheap as fuck. Kobe's cheap. DeJounte Murray at 6.3 was a guy that we did talk about. Chris Paul at 8.3 looked usable. I'm not paying 12K for Westbrook against Sacramento. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, and I'm not. So let's go Chris Paul against San Antonio. Shooting guard, the guy that we talked about a lot. We like CJ McCollum. Bogdanovic looked like a good play for us. Buddy Hield, we like those guys. Let's go ahead and get some Bogdanovic in there. At small forward, there was a few spots at small forward. He was the guy that I like a lot. Giannis, 11.9, kind of a lot to pay up for. Dylan Brooks at 5.2. I'd rather play him on DraftKings. Ariza at 5.3 looks to be a usable play. Small forward is kind of tough. Let's look. Winslow, or Josh Rich. Jay Rich at small forward, I like him. And at power forward, Davis is somebody I definitely like. I'm playing at Davis on FanDuel. All right, so now at center, Marc Gasol, Hassan Whiteside, Clint Capella, Steven Adams, who I do like Steven Adams today. Definitely like him. Let's go ahead and rock with Steven Adams. Hopefully he'll be good to go. Now we can pay up, man, for who we want. We can pay up. Because I'm going to tell you, power forward, we're going to throw Bam in there. We're going to throw Bam in there, which should help us out. And now we got a ton to spend on whoever we want. So who we paying up for? James Harden. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See that? Point guard, shooting guard, small forward. So now we're paying up for Westbrook, Harden, or Giannis. Right now, who you playing? Let me know, YouTube fan. Let me know who you like. Who you think is gonna score the most points? Westbrook, Harden, or Giannis. And keep in mind, we're on FanDuel with defensive stats count. We already have Chris Paul, so that may want to take you away from Harden. And of course, Westbrook is playing against Sacramento, and we do have Bogdanovic there, so we might need, a correlation play. Lorenzo Robinson says Harden. He says play Harden. You want to go Harden and Chris Paul. Let me know what you all think. Let me know what you think. Give me something right now. Give me something. Me, since I already got Paul, I wouldn't be. No, the choices are Harden, Westbrook, and Giannis. I got one for Harden, one for Paul George, and one for Giannis. I kind of want to play Giannis, bro. I don't think that a Houston stack. They rarely play well, like ball out together. Like you're not gonna get 6x from Harden and Paul. You know what I mean? I don't think you're gonna get that. That's not optimal, in my opinion. It's not an optimal play. To play Harden and Chris Paul in the same lineup. You know what I mean? Now it's different on DraftKings where they're both cheaper. But okay, Lorenzo, you don't think that Giannis is gonna get 4 run? Think that game could get away from Milwaukee? Okay. Okay. So if you don't like Giannis, I don't like Harden in this spot, especially coming off of an injury. So that means the homie Westy, bam. Westbrook is there. So we got 6.3 left for each position. I don't have Dame. Oh, we could have played Dame though. We could have played Dame. That's the stack. Yeah. We played Dame. Dame and CJ against Miami. Which leave us 8K left. Yeah. So okay, so and now small forward. Let's look at because now we can do some tweaking and turning. Small forward against Sacramento is not a thing, but it's not horrible. Shooting guard against Sacramento is a thing. So now we rock with the homie Paul Harless Jr. We sub in, we grab Paul George here. Now we have to move down off of someone. We got 800 more in salary. We got to move down from someone because what we've got is basically a Portland stack of Dame, CJ, and Ed Davis, who honestly, the entire time that Ed Davis is going to be on the floor, one or both of these cats are going to be on the floor with him, Lillard and McCollum. This is coming. This is shaping up to be a really nice. Yo, shout out to Paul Harless for the Paul George, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a nice one. This is gonna be a nice one. Okay, so who do we come up off? I like Bogdanovic. I like Chris Paul in this spot. Um, Steven Adams. I could get off of Steven Adams. Then we got Nurk. Look at Nurk. I don't like Nurk, bro. I don't like Nurkic. Pow, 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 bam. That's it. Yo, but y'all better share some money with me with this one. This is it. Dame, Paul, George, Young. Look, Paul, Dame. This is it. That's it. Go get your money. Go get your money. All right. I just printed a ticket for you. This is an electronic ticket for you to get you some money. All right. Chris Paul, big game Dame, Bogdanovic, uh, CJ McCollum, Josh Richardson, Paul George, Ed Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Paul Gasol. Now, if you don't like Bogdanovic and you want to go Buddy Hield, I get that. I get that. There you go. That is today's official, unofficial FanDuel line, the sweatshop line. Yo, much love and appreciation. Shout out to all of you that went over to my barber page, Cut Some Mo. Shout out to all of you that went over there and subscribed, man. That was dope. Appreciate the love. If you want to be a part of what we do in the sweatshop, it's very simple. You can go to the website. It's www.dfssweatshop.com. Upon your paid subscription, I will welcome you into the very best Facebook group online. We offer our premium DVP cheat sheets, our awesome content that a lot of the members get together and provide throughout the day. Also, the live streams that we do right before lock, where we build lineups and we go out and we go get this money. So thank you all so much for being here, man. It's simple. It's 2 ways to get in. $14.99 per month. That is 50 cents a day, half a cup of coffee, 2 punk ass quarters. Get you in for a full month. Also, if you want to make a year-long commitment, $119.99 saves you a couple of dollars, and it gets you through a full 365 days of advanced coverage. Thank you all so much, man. Baseball coming up. You do not want to miss what we do in terms of baseball too, man. So join us, man. Much love. Everybody like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I will check you all out tonight. And remember, in the DFS Sweatshop, we keep it real. We keep it honest. And we always keep it 300. Peace.